Battlefield. Earth. Battlefield. Earth.
We are back. We are back, guys. Minute 3, Battlefield Earth, a.k.a. Battlefield Man Girth, a.k.a. Cave Perverts. These are all working titles. We're only 3 episodes in. It's all subject to change, but I got AJ, and I got Marco.
It looks like they're not living more in caves, but more like living in the mountains.
Yeah.
Mountain perverts.
Mountain Perverts is good. This doesn't make a lick of sense. You can't live in these.
These conditions. There's snow.
You can't live in those mountains. Reason why they're filmed. This is filmed with a helicopter because
cold.
people don't live up there.
No.
No,
You don't live in the
that's
mountains. It's
uninhabited
unrealistic.
land. There's no wildlife. There's nothing to eat.
Are they
barren.
elevated because the flooding of global warming? Is that what's happening?
We don't know about global warming. We just
That's
know
true.
that it's the saga of the year 3000 and mankind is nearly extinct at this point. But
I got a lot of
crafting-
questions.
Yes.
Look at that.
They're
That was
crafting.
badass.
That's like
Spike-
the 13th Warrior set there. You know, they're defending the keep from the creatures in the mountains.
And I mean, the keep seems to be built completely out of wood.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so they got the skill for the woodworking.
They're good at they're crafty
They
with
can chop
wood.
trees down.
Yeah, lots of spikes. So I guess dragons. They have to worry about dragons, right? Like I don't know why there's spikes in the sky, but
There's when they pan across the mountainous the side that they live in, it is the
Yeah.
most barren thing I've ever seen in my life.
yeah,
What are these fucking huge ass
What are they
sticks going
eating?
to be used for?
That's
They're
what I'm
eating
saying.
rocks. They're eating rocks.
you have to eat insects. Obviously, you're flipping over rocks and eating worms and like.
You flip
critters.
over the rock and you're like, God damn, I'm going to feast on that juicy worm.
What else is unless you're cannibal? Like I mean, that's an option. Donner
I would
party,
definitely
right?
go cannibal. Wouldn't you guys
Yeah.
go cannibal?
I think you have to. I
You
mean,
think
you're not
you
going
would
to give
have
up
to.
meat. You're not
Yeah.
giving
No,
meat.
I
up,
mean,
right?
what's that other movie set in the mountains? Alive.
Ravenous.
That's what they had to go.
That's
Ravenous.
that's the
Ravenous
play.
too. Yeah.
Yeah, here's the play: is you like find all the juicy worms and shit, and you give them all to Steve. Everybody
Yeah.
gives everything to Steve, and Steve is like, "Oh, this is so good."
Mhm.
Steve gets plump and juicy, and then you just fucking kill Steve and eat the shit out of him. Like,
Yeah.
Delicious, Steve.
Did anyone get like some like religious heavy like Christian vibes in this scene?
the mountain.
Like the way he was talking to her about like needing a husband and like
He's a
I'm
wild.
gonna be married
spirit,
off.
Is
Well,
what
Yeah.
he mentions. Yes.
Isn't he? Yeah. I mean,
It feels very biblical.
he's talking. Who was the name that he referred to?
A greener.
Targist.
Oh, I don't know.
And I got another big problem.
Wait,
Why are
hold
they,
on.
What?
Like they're herding everyone in.
yes.
Mhm.
That woman and that
Mhm.
guy is waiting for someone
Someone.
that hasn't come yet. And they're like,
Probably
we
the
can't
pepper.
hold the gate anymore. Close the gate.
Yeah.
Obviously, this woman is involved with him. And this
Why do they have
guy
to
is
close the
telling
gate?
her, like, listen, all right, this guy
dragons.
ain't coming back.
The dragons.
The dragons. Are
Yeah. He's not coming back. He's moved on, and so
and
should
he,
you.
he refers to him as a greener. What is a greener, you think?
Maybe someone that lives off the land, like he
Don't all these
scavenges
fuckers
for
live off the
greeneries, like
I mean,
lettuce
maybe
and
he
things.
means like green thumb, like he's an
Yeah.
amateur kind of thing.
I got. They are way too clean.
So,
Like,
I mean,
Their
Where did they
clothes
get
look
that
like they
clothing?
walked
Make
right
it
off
out
the
of
set.
rocks?
Look how clean that is. Like,
look at her. Look
rub
at her
some
eyebrows.
dirt.
Her
Rub some
eyebrows-
dirt on yourselves. You
Her
look way too
eyebrows
clean.
are like have just literally been tweezed, and her hair is like perfect.
You know what these people look like? They look like they're like reenactors from like
They're like recreating Dances with Wolves, like as a
they're
live
just
show
like
or something.
like there's just a bunch of people staying off watching it. They're like so pristinely clean and like their favorite outfits and stuff. Like it's unrealistic that they live in the mountains. Like no one's that clean.
No
If
one's
they're
that
shitting in
clean.
holes, you're not gonna have
Well, and
clean clothing like
their
that.
outfits aren't set for like good shitting.
mountains. Yeah, well look like they're not mountains. Like her legs are exposed. You know how cold it gets up in the mountains with the wind, even at night, even in the summer? Like, there's snow on those caps, and she's wearing... Her legs are exposed.
Her legs are exposed, but And only hers. Everybody else's legs fully covered.
You think that was a John Travolta choice? Like her legs have to be exposed.
John Travolta's like, God damn it. We need to see those legs.
Section 17B of Scientology: all women's knees must be exposed. And,
But all their
I
outfits
just don't
too.
think they're trying to go like all the way. They're just
Oh,
like,
I
all right,
mean,
dress these people up how we
dare
can.
They
think it's a-
always go all the way.
I think it's a failing on makeup and whoever did design the clothing, like the Department of Fashion or whatever this is. This is like,
Well, look at the
bad.
clothing. It's made from like leather, right?
yeah,
So what are they? Where'd the leather come from?
it's
Is
too
this
nice.
Is
Like
it
her
human
clothes
leather?
are too nice for this situation.
If you have leather clothes, I would assume you have cows or some sort of.
You had
thing like
something.
that.
I mean, he had like fur, so there's animals, unless they're antique furs.
So you're feeding large animals then too.
maybe.
Or you're killing large animals. But
I mean, maybe
what's
you
up
get
in
some
those
bears. I mean, they're really up in those mountains, though. Maybe some bears. If
There's
you're
nothing up
lucky.
in those mountains, and that's.
I mean,
you go.
global
you go
warming would
down
force the
mountain.
bears inland, right? Like all the polar bears are coming down, so maybe that's what's happening. They're just living off polar bears who used to be on the caps.
You have to go down the mountain into the green forest, find the bear, kill the bear, and haul that
Yes.
fucker the whole way back up the mountain.
What is that, like 6 months? If you don't have a car?
That's 6 months. You're like, I'm not gonna eat for the next 6 months.
Maybe, I don't know. I just have questions. I don't have answers, just questions.
what was the Oregon Trail? How long did that take? Like,
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, it was like
Poor
2.5
people.
years or something, right?
yeah,
Ugh.
Yeah, and Old Man Weather's here.
that guy's got scratched up face. What do you think got him?
His
Dragons.
wife.
His wife. Barry Pepper.
I liked his staff, his
Wizard
chieftain staff. Yeah, we'll say it's a
very
wizard staff.
very shamanistic.
Yeah, it's like pulling a little bit from Native American Indians, right? That's what they're doing here.
I mean,
But they're
Yeah.
white.
Yeah, that's a problem.
yeah, it's a cultural appropriation.
I'm sure there's gonna be lots of it in this movie.
But we did mention in a previous episode about, cavemen and old age is 30. So one can only assume this
Yeah.
guy's probably like 30, right? Because he looks
No.
pretty old.
No.
Yeah, he's gotta be. in
He's
his-
lived a
40s.
long life. All right. Yeah. Like
I guess it
he looks like
yeah.
a chieftain. That's probably what he is.
Yeah,
And
let's
chieftains
just say
back
this.
then were chosen because they just happened to.
They just didn't die.
Yeah, they just didn't
You become
die.
the wisdom. Like
it-
that's a thing that was lost in culture today, like in American culture. Like
I
old
don't-
people have wisdom, right?
I don't think chieftains have anything to do with wisdom. The thing of chieftains is they always look the same. If this guy looked like an nerd accountant, and not like the chieftain, no one would make him the chieftain. He's old.
Dude.
He's got the beard. He's got the hair. He looks like a chieftain.
You know,
That's
if
why
we
they
had
made him.
chieftain nows, it would just be like the boomers, and we
Oh,
can't
of
have them
course.
in charge.
Maybe.
They don't even operate
Oh,
Facebook.
that's true.
Yeah,
A chieftain nowadays is a Facebook boomer who's like,
it's scary, isn't it?
COVID turned my dog gay. What are you talking about?
Exactly.
5G is
5G. We got to knock those 5G towers down.
Dude, how did we survive if we were like listening to chieftains?
That's what I'm saying. Maybe this is the whole thing we're learning.
maybe
with
that's
this
why they
movie
lived in caves
of
for
today.
10,000 years.
Yeah, because you
Like, we could go over to there and like live like. No.
I think honestly, when we talk about like the future, I think there's gonna have to be like a reverse format where we're gonna have to go backwards. We went too far with tech and like our phones and our devices. They're gonna be harmful. There's gonna be all this stuff decades from now from all the harm that this kind of stuff
Okay.
is causing on the brains.
Oh, phones
there's
are
gonna be,
definitely
like, this-
harmful.
Yeah, and there's gonna be this kind of reverse idea and concept coming through because you see a lot of it with younger people now and getting off of like smartphones and using dumb phones, right?
I get that.
Mhm.
But I think what a lot of people do when they try and get off something is they course correct, and they course correct too hard, which is what these people did. They're like,
Yeah.
we're no longer doing technology. We're into woodworking. And they build this like elaborate fence
Cool.
and spike system to fight
keep out the giants
nothing,
and
to keep
stuff.
out the rocks. Because
Well, we
there's
don't
all
know
the
yet.
rocks.
McDonald's, we're gonna
We
eat
don't know
rocks.
yet. I think they're keeping out something. Like obviously, there's going to be
They're
some
obvious, yeah.
creature
Chris,
running around.
there's
or
they're
giant or gold.
they're-
Right?
hurting everyone inside the
Yeah.
city gates because
happens?
something's going on. Like,
Something's about to
yeah.
happen. Something's
Fan
about to hit
theory.
the fan.
Fan theory. This is actually behind the scenes footage of the cast, and they built this to keep John Travolta out. Barry Pepper,
I mean,
though.
yeah. He's like, what is he? He's probably asking them questions all day
He's like,
long. It's like,
Yeah,
are you a
questions he doesn't
pervert?
have answers.
Are you a
Yeah.
pervert? We do learn quite a bit actually from this real. This is like the legit first minute of the movie because
right.
we introduce the woman character who seems to be important. We have the chieftain. Those are the two notable characters, but they're both talking about, one can only assume, Barry motherfucking Pepper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to assume.
AKA Targas. Was that his name?
Huge
Oh
ass.
my
I gotta
God,
look
what
this
a
up.
horrible name. to give somebody.
Targas?
Jesus
I
Christ.
gotta look it up.
Targas?
Targas? Is it one word? Or is it like a tar and then dash a gas?
We can't even have cool names in the future?
Yeah,
Like,
what
the fuck?
would your futuristic caveman name be?
Oh, well, if like science fiction, you got to add all those extra syllables you don't need. It has to be something wild like that, right?
I would be like
uh,
Shigarath or something.
yeah, that's cool.
And I would have a
Yeah.
big scar here.
Yeah.
But I just
And
got
you-
it from like brushing my teeth or something.
Mhm.
Brush your teeth.
And you have
What?
knives
They
where your
don't brush
knuckles
your
used to be.
teeth.
Yeah, you couldn't brush your teeth back then, right? I think you just take a
Shoot on
rock.
some
No,
rocks.
you can use
Yeah,
yeah.
like natural. I mean, they have lots of snow. I mean, you could probably come up with a concoction.
Isn't that
Right.
what the charcoal stuff is for? You just bite charcoal.
That's
or
true.
something?
You could do that. There's things you can do. I mean, if you're creative enough. I mean,
They
you could
didn't
build
eat
a.
Sugar wasn't like they didn't eat sugar back
That's
then.
true. Sugar's what you have to worry
Tooth
about.
rot and stuff like that. That actually didn't happen very often. I think a lot of people had really good teeth, like the
Mm-hmm.
skeletons they dig up of like ancient humans. Their teeth are all pretty good.
Pristine.
Yeah, because they're not drinking acid Coca-Cola and shit.
So maybe humanity beat climate change in this world. They beat the aliens.
Beat climate
But they
change?
succumb to processed foods
What
and
is
processed
this?
sugars.
Beat
And this
climate
is why
It's
there's
happening
only
right
so
now.
few of them. Everyone got so fat that the only people that survived were the people who had to climb up and down the mountain. And that's why these are the only people left alive.
This is what happened. They learned that processed foods was bad for you, so they course corrected too far, and everyone
Mhm.
died from hunger.
Bam.
Oh, wow. It's hardcore.
It could happen.
It could happen. No, I mean,
This is what veganism leads to, is what you're saying.
our food chain is like it's on the teeter right now. Honestly,
yeah.
it's on the teeter. Yeah,
Yeah, well, that's another problem, right? Meats. We're not going to be able to keep up meat production.
We will
Like-
if we start eating people.
That's true. I mean,
or if
You
there's
don't
just a
need meat.
pandemic every year.
Pandemic.
I don't eat meat very often. Do you guys?
I eat chicken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
I eat
don't
chicken
eat.
and
I
fish
don't eat beef.
pretty much every day.
Jesus. Every
Why
day.
is that Jesus?
Oh, I just figured you want to be around for a while. So.
What's wrong with chicken?
Oh, you eat chicken every day. I thought
Yeah.
you meant you just eat meat every day.
Isn't chicken a meat?
Yeah, but chicken isn't as bad for you as like
No,
beef
red
or like
red
steak
meat
or
is
I don't
bad.
eat much red meat. I eat chicken mostly every day and fish.
fish. Really?
I
You
love
dice
fish.
with fish is so dicey though, with
Why?
mercury and shit.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah,
What the hell am I supposed to do, AJ?
exactly. Not eat meat.
What about
Okay,
those?
yeah, I've actually been thinking about like
I would be. I mean, I am.
vegetarian diet.
If I eat fish, I'm extremely picky about where they're coming from. Like I wouldn't eat any fish on the fucking East Coast to begin with. That's for sure. Especially when you look at like the Chesapeake Bay and how polluted. Susquehanna is the most polluted river in the country. You're dumping tons of toxic waste and shit into all those fish. I mean, no way.
Flavor, AJ.
No
It's
way
called
I'm eating that
flavor. Okay. Okay, then what are you eating? Rocks?
I mean, you could eat rocks. Well, they're obviously eating
worms,
some kind
the
of
bugs,
some kind of
eat
animal.
bugs.
Yeah, I mean they're eating bugs.
That's what
we
we're
know
gonna
that.
live off of.
They'll
Bugs.
make
Bugs
them,
make sense, but you get protein in bugs.
They'll
Like,
make 'em
bugs are
delicious.
doable.
You put some barbecue sauce on there.
I
I mean,
think-
Chipotle bug wrap. I'd be into it.
I think bugs would be delicious if you tried to eat them.
Yeah.
No, they wouldn't.
Yeah,
not,
I think
not
they
a
would, like,
raw bug.
not,
You just
not
call
a
it something
raw bug.
else.
You like flash fry them or something like that.
I think
It's-
people would do it because it's just like what we do now with meats is you remove.
You're like Lion King.
You don't see the processing of it,
Yes,
so you don't
you're
question
right, AJ.
it. You don't see the process.
If you
don't
if you
question
had
it.
if you like I want a burger and they deliver you like a cow's head and neck
Yeah.
and they're like make a burger out of that, that's a little
We
different.
can do it. We can do it.
So
I
if
mean,
you
it would
just-
probably take a few years, but we could do it.
if you take a billion bugs, you smush them
Mhm.
all up, you shit it out into a burger form, you fry
Yeah.
that up, it's probably pretty
Golden.
good.
I mean, isn't that what McDonald's is doing?
I mean, pretty much.
I mean, I'm curious what they're doing because their meat can't spoil. Like they've done something to it to that degree. It's not really
Aliens.
meat anymore, but
It's like radioactive or
I
something.
question these things. I mean, if it can't spoil,
That's how they get rid of
what is it?
radioactive waste. Is just McDonald's burgers, and people
Yeah.
digest it.
Yeah.
What about fungus though?
What, like
Fungi.
mushrooms?
Yeah, like mushrooms.
Mushrooms are
Mushrooms are
really
great
healthy
for
for you. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what we gotta do. Well, they live in a cave. They could be eating mushrooms.
They could be eating.
Yeah, and they could be
sure.
farming. Like, I mean, I don't know what you could farm in the mountains. I guess depends what your like situation is there. But
can't
if you have a
I don't
water
think you
source, you
can
could
No,
do
I
farm.
think
that.
The
the
weather
mountains
is
the
so.
worst place. Yeah, you
It
can't
might be.
farm.
We don't know. We don't know enough yet.
You
We're
can
gonna have
grow
to
like
see.
berry bushes and shit. Eat some
Yeah,
berries.
hardy. And then if you're just
mean-
eating berries, you're just shitting nonstop all the time.
The way to do it, if you have your tech, is the vertical farm. That is like the future. The way to do is vertical farm. You get a
Vertical
warehouse
Farm.
and you farm inside. It's the future. The problem is you got to find space that's like cost effective enough to vertical farm.
Well, no, you don't. Because isn't the whole purpose of a vertical farm is that it's not taking up that much space?
No, it isn't. But your overhead for like electric,
Oh yeah.
tax and
All
like
the
everything.
electric.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, you're just
And
destroying
water.
the earth there with the electric. You
But I
need to
feel like in a
harness the sun's
futuristic
energy.
scenario, vertical farming makes a lot of sense to me.
Sure.
Mhm.
But they don't have any of this vertical farming stuff. What do
Now,
we
I
know
know-
they got? They got wood and rocks and leather.
What is the minimal? It's like for a family or two people to survive, you need like an acre or something like or half an acre of farmable land. Like it's not a lot if you do it right, and it depends what you're like growing, like anything else. But you could do it. It'd be hard to do in the mountains, like where they
I don't
are.
know. I
from
mean,
what
I
it
feel
looks
like if you can make elaborate walls like this, you
Oh
can
man,
make
look
some
at that
farms.
desert though. It's like desert rocks where they are. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's like
Maybe
they're
they're
in
just
a
eating-
quarry or something.
Maybe they're just drinking
It
cactus.
definitely looks like a quarry. It's what it
Does
looks
look
like.
like quarry.
Yeah,
That's some
they
fucking Mad
carve
Max ripoff
themselves.
shit there.
They've
They're in the Philippines, aren't they?
The wheels of fire.
Sergio Santiago's filming this.
This is serious bullshit.
Looks like it. I would assume.
Maybe that's where they're closing the gate. A fucking like flame-throwing tankers about to drive.
Assless cap wearing son of a bitch on a motorcycle.
Spray painted black cars.
Yeah. That's minute 3.
Sweet.
Large
good.
amount of anticipation for minute 4 when I feel
Yeah.
like our man, Mr. Barry P, is going to be making his appearance. Lots to look forward to.
What do you
Right?
think's going to be chasing him?
Love.
Ooh.
I don't know. What do you think is going to be chasing him? An alien? Alien?
I'm hoping an alien. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
Well, they're obviously going inside to get away from something.
Right.
So
What is that? What could
maybe
that
at
be?
night, like the aliens
Solar
come.
flares?
Solar flares. They're hiding from solar flares. Their wood-
nuclear
their
radiation?
Their wood fucking wall keeps them safe.
Well, yeah.
That's what the
this is-
spikes do.
Exactly. Something.
I mean, getting
Something
into a
big.
cave would protect you from a solar flare.
Are there dinosaurs? The dinosaurs come back? Do we?
How would the
like-
dinosaurs come back? They don't
Well,
just like,
because before
Oh, shit, they
society
evolved.
broke down, we brought dinosaurs back. and
Oh,
The
this is-
aliens brought them back.
this is post
yeah.
Jurassic Park being reality.
aliens
is what
brought
you're
them
saying.
back.
Maybe
And
they
if they've been
always
around
were.
here forever, they probably,
Hmm.
kept a
Uh,
couple dinosaurs.
Maybe
Mhm.
dinosaurs were aliens, and instead of going extinct, they just fucking left, and now they are back.
Damn. Back.
That's a
the
good
dinosaur
movie.
story.
Is that the script of the new Jurassic Park?
It should be.
Should
Ah,
be.
gonna get Chris
How
Pratt
would
in
a
there.
T-Rex fly a spaceship though with those little T-Rex arms?
I don't know.
So
You
you
just don't
got-
show it.
You don't show it.
You just
Stupid
exposition
like-
dump it all.
Yeah, you just assume. Plus, they're
Mhm.
fucking huge, which means their fucking spaceships would be huge.
I mean,
Yeah,
look at
right.
Arrival. How did those hectopods fall out of that?
Oh,
fucking
those were so
spaceship? Like,
cool.
come on.
That's such a good movie.
You don't need arms.
Love
That's a
that
good
film.
point. But that was a much better movie made by a director.
Who's competent? In other words.
Yeah. All right. I think that's going to do it for minute 3 of Battlefield Earth. Still not working? Is it working yet? I feel like it's
Uh,
getting on you guys.
It's actually worse. I think. as time
Worse. It's
progresses,
going.
yeah.
It's getting worse, is what you're saying.
For me, it is. I can only speak from my
Wow.
opinion.
Wow. Mark, how do you feel about this?
It's not the worst thing I've ever heard, but I can't think of anything better.
But it's close. It's
I'm
close.
sure by episode 70 we'll have something better.
Really, I don't have the confidence you do, but I like your spirit you have there, AJ.
Thanks.
Okay, that's gonna do it, guys. We'll catch you here next time. Goodbye.
Battlefield. Earth. Battlefield. Earth.